bar on Broadway. Beneath the city lights, two strangers found an empty spot. On one hot summer night, they saw two empty bar stools and caught each other's stare. She smiled, he winked, love was in the air. He asked her, what are you drinking? She said, whatever you're buying. She scooted closer, they got to talking. The night might leave the hearts colliding. From sharing stories to kisses, two souls meet in the city of wishes. With two empty bar stools and a neon sign above. One night in Nashville turned into love. The band started playing her favorite song. She took him by the hand and led him to the floor. Swinging and swaying, lost in the night. He knew right then and there something just felt right. Sharing stories and kisses, two souls meet in the city of wishes. With two empty bar stools and a neon sign above. One night in Nashville turned into love. Let's go! The bartender's yelling, last call now. What does that mean? Their time is running out. He said, girl, where do we go now? She said, boy, just take it slow. We'll figure that one out. From sharing stories to kisses, two souls meet in the city of wishes. With two empty bar stools and a neon sign above. One night in Nashville turned into love. One night in Nashville turned into love.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Are you ready? It's showtime. Please welcome Tim Kelly.
People say they've never seen a cowboy shed a tear. And even if they hurt inside, they will hide all their pride. And with hearts of stone, they won't let you see them break. They'd rather walk away and be alone for the whole day. Cowboys cry at the bottom of a bottle. Cowboys cry as they're riding towards the sun. Cowboys cry in the middle of the night when no one's watching. We cry when we're talking to the sky, asking God to guide us through this life. I had to put an old dog down that was my closest friend. I had to hold broke its leg, I dug a hole to put him in. You try to bury all the memories that you shared with them. Now every now and then the thoughts come back again. The cowboys cry at the bottom of the bottle. The cowboys cry as they're riding towards the sun. The cowboys cry in the middle of the night when no one's watching. We cry when we're talking to the sky. And that's how you know when cowboys cry. So if you see a cowboy gazing far and wide, know that even strong hearts have a softer side. And in the silence of that western sky is where the cowboys hide when they cry. Cowboys cry when the moon hangs low. Subtle tears that the fields and the mountains won't show. And behind the shadows of a worn-out hat, the stillness of the night is where their hearts are at. The cowboys cry at the bottom of the bottle. The cowboys cry as they're riding towards the sun. The cowboys cry in the middle of the night when no one's watching. We cry when we're talking to the sky, asking God to guide us through this life. Please, God, guide us through this life.
His name is Jeremy Staves, and that is a great song right there called Cowboys Cry. I had no idea. And before that, Two Empty Bar Stools. Well, fill them up tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a great show for you tonight. Welcome to a Triple Play Thursday edition of the Tim Kelly Show, live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. Tonight, every artist on the show gets played 3 songs in a row all show long. That's how we do it on Triple Play Thursday. And I've got a couple of great radio interviews tonight as well. Terrence Hart from Canada is going to join me in hour number 1. Then in hour number 2, my good friend and prodigy in music, young Michael Schott, 14 years young, from North Carolina, will be my special guest for our second radio interview tonight on this program. You guys don't want to miss those stories behind the songs and, of course, lots of great country music on the radio. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to all of the stations that replay this program. Great stations like KUHS Denver at KUHSdenver.com, Country Road 58 from Germany, countryradio.musicbox4friends.com from Belgium, downtheroadradio.com from Ireland, Bourbon Trail Radio, Top Shelf Radio Texas, Radio 94.3 from Sweden. We are also on Hot and Funky Radio and KWradio.com, thehossfm.com on Saturdays. That is a mainstream radio station, terrestrial radio they call it, on FM radio. I hit the airwaves there at 10 p.m. Central to midnight. Thank you, Mr. Doug Driesel, for letting us do that. And the artist, I know, appreciate it. So that show has already been recorded. You got to tune in Saturday night at 10 p.m. Central to hear the best in new country over there on the Hoss FM. You can also find the Tim Kelly Show on all the major streaming formats like iHeartRadio, Amazon, Apple Podcast, Pandora, Google, wherever you stream music. Just Google search the Tim Kelly Show and you will be listening to what I call new country's best. The third song in the triple play for Jeremy Staves is is called Together We'll Belong on The Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
In the quiet of the night, I'm staring at the stars, wishing our lives intertwine and our love will be restored. The distance may be vast, but my heart remains true. Time split us apart, but my love for you still grew. And every moment without you feels like an endless maze. But I hold on to hope through all these days. Time will find a way to bring you back into my arms. Like the moon pulls the tides, will conquer all the storms. No matter how far, no matter how long, our love will prevail, and together we'll belong. Paint your silhouette in the canvas of my dreams, in the symphony of longing your voice softly streams, and through the whispers of the wind I hear your name. In the echoes of our love nothing will be the same. Time will find a way to bring you back into my arms. Like the moon pulls the tides, will conquer all the storms. No matter how far, no matter how long, our love will prevail, and together we'll belong. The hands on the clock may turn, and the seasons will change. Through the trials and the distance, we will find a way to be reunited, to rekindle our lost flame. Time will find a way to bring you back into my arms. Like the moon pulls the tides, will conquer all the storms. No matter how far, no matter how long, our love will prevail, and together we'll And as the sun begins to rise, the stars vanish in the sky. I hold on to this promise like a cherished dream. Time may be a river, but our love is the shore, guiding us to each other forevermore.
It's time for today's newest country music, Indie Country Radio, with Tim Kelly.
I had a lover man, he was the best in all the land. He took me to the picture show and kissed my cheek, now don't you know? He said, you're mine for life, that boy can really tell a lie. He left me at the picture show, ran off with that the Betty Joe. He be the goodbye kind. He be the goodbye kind. Goodbye. I don't want your loss no more. I don't want your loss no more. Goodbye. I don't want your loss no more. I don't want your loss no more. Last night at that the picture show, saw my man kissing Betty Joe. Can't say what I was thinking right. If I did, it'd get me 10 to life. He be the goodbye kind. He be the goodbye kind. Goodbye. I don't want your loss no more. I don't want your loss no more. Goodbye. I don't want your loss no more. I don't want your loss no more. He be the goodbye kind. He be the goodbye kind. Goodbye. I don't want your loss no more. I don't want your loss no more. Goodbye. I don't want your loss no more. I don't want your loss no more. Goodbye. I don't want your loss no more. I don't want your loss no more.
Song number 2.
It's done broken, I can't fix it. So get in your truck and put your foot on the gas. Take you a load, don't care where you ditch it, just as long as you get away from my asking you to show you care. Well, that don't get me anywhere. You love your truck much more than me. Last night was just the limit when you came home with number 3. It's done broken, I can't fix it. It's done broken, I can't fix it. It's done broken, I can't fix it. So get in your truck and put your foot on the gas. Look at them like you once did me. You rub and scrub till she shines so clean. Her headlights get polished more than mine. And now there's 3 of them, and I ain't standing 4th in line. It's done broken, I can't fix it. It's done broken, I can't fix it. It's done broken, I can't truck and put your foot on the gas. Take you a load, don't care where you ditch it. Two wheels roll on and don't look back. It's done broken, I can't fix it.
She is making her radio debut tonight on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. Her name is Ashley Smith. That is a great tune with a lot of harmonica in there. I love that. It is called It's Done Broke. It's done broke and I can't fix it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm working on it. The Goodbye Kind. Before that, Ashley Smith hit me up with her music this week. And yesterday we were talking. She's on her way to Montana. Ashley, have fun up there in Big Sky Country, will you? Be safe, and we'll see you when you get back to Music City. I believe she is from Nashville, a Nashville recording artist, and she's got some great music. Go check out Ashley Smith Music all over social media. She is fantastic. We'll have our first radio interview of the evening after one more song from Ashley Smith. Terrence Hart from Canada is going to join me on the program, and he is excited about it. So we'll talk to him right after one more song. Give Me Something I Can Work With, the title of the third song in the triple play for Ashley Smith on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
I was on the couch for 3 whole weeks. She didn't say a word, didn't utter a peep. I don't know what I did wrong, but my bags are out, got a love gone wrong. Oh no, what's a girl to do when I can't get a clue from you? Give me something I can work with. Give me something I can use. Give me something I can work with. Babe, I'm crying you the blues. Give me something I can work with. Give me something I can home. Give me something I can work with. Rose dog a little bone. Think what you think, well, it's on your mind. I was out with the girls, had a good time. I don't know where this went wrong, but the locks are changed and my money's all gone. Oh no, what else can I do? I need something more from you. Give me something I can work with. Give me something I can use. Give me something I can work with. Babe, I'm crying you the blues. Give me something I can work with. Give me something I can home. Give me something I can work with. Rose dog a little bone. Give me something I can work with. Give me something I can use. Give me something I can use. Give me something I can work with. I ain't giving up on you. Give me something I can work with. Give me something I can home. Give me something I can work with. Babe, I wanna come back
You're listening to the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and of course that means every artist on the program gets 3 songs in a row played tonight. I'm excited to hear the story behind these next 3, though, with my good friend from Canada, Terrence Hart. How are you, my friend?
Oh, Tim, I'm great. I just can't believe it has happened.
Yeah, we are on the radio tonight. It's great having you. You've been a great supporter of my music, of your music. I've been a great supporter of your music. Let's say that. And then you have been a great supporter of this radio station, coming in here, hanging out, listening to shows. I mean, like staying in motel rooms and being in here as long as you can. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know what? Thanks for having me on the show, Tim. It's truly an honor. I can't believe it's happening. You've been a good supporter of my music as well, and your audience as well. As you know, I'm traveling a lot for that regular job of mine, but I'm trying to connect most of when I can to the show, and hanging out with you guys on TikTok, and it's just been amazing, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Yeah, me too. I'll tell you what, we've had some fun in there, don't we? And the folks are tapping that screen on TikTok, and we set a record here a while back of 206,000 hearts across the screen. And I watch a lot of creators on TikTok, and I have yet to see that many get hit. So you guys are amazing in doing that, and we appreciate it.
Well, thanks to you, Tim.
Well, yeah, absolutely. We're glad to do it for you. Great music needs to be heard, and you make it, my friend. And we're going to play 3 great songs for you tonight. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Michael Richard, though, who sent me to you, and that's how we connected. He's up there in New Brunswick, and he's a little upset here a while back because a lot of these mainstream stations won't play the independents, and you guys make such good music, it needs to be on the radio. He goes, hey, I know a guy in Branson that'll play you and put you out to 10 radio stations, so that's what we're going to do for you tonight.
Oh, I appreciate that, and you're right. I mean, it wouldn't be possible for all of us who've been connecting with Michael if Michael wasn't there and he didn't do what he's doing.
Yeah.
And we're keep in touch. On Facebook, he's sending me links. He's sending me hey Terry, you're playing tonight. So he's like my I told him you should be my manager.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Such a great guy. And I have had people like that in the past. I've been doing this 13 and a half years now that have, come on board. But nobody like him has really reached out to the artist as much as he has. And now he's not only doing the Canadians, he's reaching out to some right here in the USA. And I've gotten several from him. And, he's a simple guy. He's just down to earth, works at a grocery store. And he just loves country music, and that's what it takes, man, is that love and that passion. I have that passion for radio, and you can probably tell that by the shows that you've heard. And, every song I play, I want it to be better than the last. And, boy, that sure happens when I have artists like you in the lineup.
Feel the same way. I mean, it's country music is connecting people. It's the stories behind the songs. It speaks to everyone. So that's the reason why I'm doing it. It's what I love.
Absolutely. You got quite a country music scene up there in Canada too. You were born and raised in Quebec, and so tell us about growing up and what influenced you to make you want to do something in country music, or maybe something you listen to on the radio, or what?
Well, I'm going to surprise you here because I'm not born in Quebec. I live in Quebec, in Eastern Canada, but I'm born in North Africa.
Oh, wow. Okay. That is a surprise.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I'm born in North Africa in the late 60s. My family immigrated to Canada in the early 70s. And, we've been here, since then. And I lived in Montreal. Then I moved. I met a girl in Montreal, and we decided to establish ourselves in the country. And we've been here for forever. It's been 23 years to live in this small town.
Wow.
Where and living it. Yeah.
That's awesome. I've got a guy that is real popular from South Africa that I've played on the radio, and I say this all the time, country music is universal. We're putting you out on 10 other stations around the country and around the world. They love it over there in Ireland and Sweden and Canada, of course, and in Denver, Colorado. We're in Texas, Germany, Belgium, all over the place. So,
wow.
That's
amazing.
Yep. It says, you were influenced by your mother's French musical roots, and of course you got what they call French Canadians up there. I've talked to several recently that have full albums that they do in French and things like that.
Yeah, so obviously my native language is French, but I picked up the English very young. But I listened to my mom singing, all the time in the kitchen, in the house, cleaning after us, and she still does, at 81. I mean, she's still with us. And fun fact, where I get this from is from her, because she used to sing in clubs in North Africa when she was a teenager without her her parents knowing. Imagine that at the time she was 16 or 17, and she was going out and singing in clubs and nightclubs.
Uh-huh.
And so she always sang in the house, and so I was very close to her, and I still am. And I picked up music from her, and but obviously it was French speaking music. But later on, I picked up on English music. When I heard music on the radio, I just fell in love with it. And later on, I fell in love with country because that's what I wanted to do, but never really, made it. I've played rock, I've played, a lot of genres. But now I decided to, step into country, and I think it fits better with my writing and who I am.
Well, yeah, I talk about that all the time, that it tells the best stories. And this paragraph that it says your connection to community, he's proud to tell the stories that are rooted in everyday experiences with songs like This Town. We were talking about what 3 songs we're going to play today. I always let the artist pick, and you were asking me what songs, and I'm like, This Town is a hit song. It just tells such a great story, and it's so relatable, and you just nailed it.
Well, you're so kind. I don't know if it's a hit song, but it's one of my favorite because it's a tribute to my hometown, where I live now is called Cape Saint Ignace, or in French, Saint Ignace. It's a place, on the banks of the St. Laurent River in Quebec. Mm-hmm. And now it's my hometown. I moved, with my family 23 years ago, and we made it our town. We appreciate it. There's a lot of memories here. We raised our family here. And despite all the changes, the town has evolved. Obviously, back then was a quiet town. The streets were quiet. It reflects in the lyrics. Yeah. But it evolved. There's still a connection to the past. When I remember when I came in, how it was, and it was a simpler life.
Yeah. And that's, we miss that sometimes, and we have to go back to that once in a while. I like to go back to the small town where I grew up in, too, and I go fishing up there and, go eat at the restaurant it's still there that I worked at when I was 14 years old. I used to make these Suzy Q French fries, and we would put them in salt water in 5-gallon buckets and put them in the cooler, and they still make those, and they're kind of rare, around this area where I live now in Missouri. You don't see that much, and so, go get it, a good greasy cheeseburger and some Suzy Q French fries. There's nothing better. I miss that, and so we have to go back to that once in a while.
It sounds good. It must be good. I like the name. Suzy Q French fries.
Yeah, Suzy Q's. And I'll tell you what, there's always food talk in our chat room, so I'm getting it started early tonight.
Oh yeah, well I'm hungry already.
Yeah, let me tell you, I want to ask you this too. Your mother had those musical roots. Now you obviously got it because you're doing something in music. Are you an only child of hers, or do you have any brothers and sisters that might do something in music as well?
Well, I'm the only one who. We're 3 brothers. Mm-hmm. I have 2 brothers still live in the Montreal area. But they don't play. They touch, and I think my older brother, touched guitar at some point. He tried to learn it, but he didn't do anything with it. So I'm the only one who plays music. Okay. In the family.
Now, did you take lessons, guitar lessons? Did Mom pay for those, or were you self-taught, or what?
Oh yeah, Mom paid for lessons when I was. I think 10 or 11 years old, and I was so bad because I loved the guitar. I mean, that's for sure. I fell in love with touching the strings, and it felt so right. Like I think I wrote it somewhere that it felt like it was reunited. Mm-hmm. But I was so bad in school. I mean, you had no idea. Mm-hmm. I wanted to improvise all the time. I didn't want to follow, the partitions or the teacher. And I was probably the worst student he ever had. And later we reconnected when I did, my first album in the 90s. And we reconnected, and we laughed about it. And he says, "Oh, well, you're finally doing it right," And it was just funny. So we kept in touch. but I was really, really bad.
Wow.
But I sing with my art. I write the stories based on my personal experience, and it's just the way it is. It's sometimes raw. It's unrehearsed, but
Yeah.
it's the way I feel it.
Absolutely. And you mentioned the 90s. That 90s country had a big influence on me, and that's why I do country radio now to this day, because of that genre. And I'll tell you what,
Big time.
35 years ago, it doesn't seem possible that it's been that long, but it still has a big effect, because when you go to a lot of these shows everywhere around the country, they're playing those 90s cover songs, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I was transformed by the 90s, country. Before that, I used to listen to a French singer-songwriter called Francis Cabrel, which is, he's a big star in Europe, and I look up to him a lot, and the way he tells stories and the way he writes. So I guess I picked up a little from him. But I listen to the Eagles, Kansas. I listen to, John Denver, my all-time favorite, Country Road, obviously. I listen to Blake, Keith Urban. When I heard Keith Urban, when I heard Making Memories of Us, that changed my life.
Wow.
Because to me, and you got to understand that for me, coming from a French, speaking family, listening to, English music, not knowing sometimes, what they're saying, especially in country with, the southern drawl and the big voice that they have, I was amazed. And when I heard Keith, I said, oh my God, we can do that?
Yeah.
We can sing country with a clear voice without, that. And again, I have nothing against, the southern drawl and the deep voice. I mean, I love it, because that's what country is all about.
Yeah.
But when I heard him, I said, okay, this is what I want to do. I have to try. Obviously, I'm not, I'm not saying I'm copying Keith, not at all, by far, but it gave me purpose. It gave me sort of a direction that, okay, it's possible. You can sing that way, and you can sound that way, and still, it's still country. And then I started to, come back to writing, and here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And Keith Urban, being from Australia, I mean, even way before him, when I was growing up, I listened to a female artist from there, and she did some country music, and her name was Olivia Newton-John, and we recently lost her due to cancer, unfortunately, but I grew up listening to her. I loved her pop sound. I loved her country sound. And I thought, man, what breaking the barriers for female artists too, and being from Australia. Keith did it for the male artists, but she did it even before that for the females. And now I get music from all over, including Australia. And I'm getting ready to interview a gentleman from there that, he hit me up at 1:30 in the morning, but it's such a time difference because it was already 6:30 in the evening the next day in Australia. So we're going to pull it off and work that interview out, but there's a big, big time difference halfway around the world.
Yeah, for sure. Here it's an hour late, by the way. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But you know what? Keith also paved the way for us, coming from, out wanting to sing country. So that's another thing that, I really connect with him and his music, is that he's from Australia.
Yeah,
I'm from North Africa.
He puts on a great show, and I'll tell you what, there's a show that CBS picked up, and maybe you can get it up there. It's coming out here in just a week or so, but it's called The Road, and I just interviewed young Billy Joe Jones from Texas, who is going to be on that show, and what it is they're touring with Keith Urban, and they're showing you what life is like going on the road, loading all your stuff up in a tour bus, and Gretchen...
Oh, I want to see that.
Yeah, Gretchen Wilson plays the tour manager, and it's a Taylor Sheridan thing. He did Yellowstone, and everything that he does turns into gold. So I think that's going to be a real successful show to really show you the behind the scenes of what goes on to be a country music star.
Wow. Well, thanks for letting me know. I will pay attention to that. But,
absolutely.
For sure, I want to see it at the show.
I believe Terrence Hart is going to be a country music star if you choose to be.
Come on, stop. That's for the show, Tim.
Yeah,
You're doing
I
it for
really
the
believe
show.
it. Let's talk about your first song that I
Having
believe.
fun, that's all.
Yeah, I believe your first song is a hit too. It's called "This Town." Tell us about it. You kind of did earlier, but well, and you wrote this one, right?
Yeah, I wrote. Well, the fact is, I write all my songs.
Okay.
You know, the lyrics and the music. This is something I've been doing it since I'm, I guess, 12. Obviously, I wasn't writing like that when I was 12, but I was trying because I was always wanting to, you know, improvise and do my own thing. Because I really looked up to Francis Cabrel, that French singer-songwriter I was saying before, who did his own. So he was like my model, and I told myself, you got to write something. You got to be original. It has to come from you. Yeah. Not to say that, you know, I wouldn't want to sing other people's lyrics or other people's songs. Obviously, there wouldn't be a problem. But I think it's different when you write your own songs. You know, the emotions and the feeling you put, you know, on it or behind it. It's different.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have a hard time singing some, you know, heartfelt ballads because they're deeply connected to myself, my family, my kids. I wrote a song for my son the other day. I have a hard time singing it. So it's going to take, you know, maybe, you know, a couple hundred times before I forget, you know, that it was written for him, and you know, it's a song. But it's like that. Every time I write a song, it takes me to that, you know, to that place. It's really emotional. It takes me a while to you know, to get to it and to accept that it's just a song. And sometimes I just cry, so I have to stop.
Wow, that is wild.
And
you know, that is a neat thing about music. It does that for people, and you see it in live shows. You know, you're resonating with those folks to the point where they're tearing up maybe and crying because they've either gone through that situation or they're currently going through it or something like that. And it has such an impact on them, and that is what music is all about. It definitely does that for folks. Let me ask you this too. You're a great singer. At what point did you start singing or know that you had that voice, or maybe mom told you, hey, you need to try singing, or what? How'd that happen?
You're too kind to us, Tim. Seriously, I don't think I'm a great singer. Okay, in all you know, due respect, I'm not bad, but I'm more of a storyteller. Okay, I don't rehearse my voice like, you know, other people do. You know, they do vocalize and all that stuff. You know, so sometimes, you know, I may be off key a little. That's fine. It happens. I don't use auto-tune to fix it. This is who I am. But I don't know where. I think it came naturally in the 90s when I heard, you know, all that country that we were talking about before, and I wanted to try writing my own stuff, you know, more seriously. And I start singing a little bit more, you know, more often and more seriously. But I never took any you know, training or any courses for that matter. It's just my voice and the way it is.
You're amazing. Well, you know, we've got so much of that, and you've seen it in my show, you know, coming in and meeting some of these people that I'm playing on the radio too, male, female groups, bands, whatever. And we always have a good combination of all of that. I like to try to get everybody equal airtime. But hearing that original music, I mean, there's nothing else like it, obviously, because that song's just debuting. I get to be sometimes the first person to put it out to radio, which is a great, great privilege, and I don't take that lightly. And I love hearing the original stuff because that's what the world needs and what the world is hungry for is fresh voices. You know, we have a lot of tribute shows in this town that I'm in Branson, and those are great. And the cover songs are great. You know, the people know those songs and they can get out on the dance floor and dance to them and that kind of thing. But this original music, there is so much untapped talent out there, you included, that I really love it, and I think it needs to be heard as well.
You're making a good point, Tim, and I have to take a moment to thank you for being the first, you know, the first show ever to play this down and to play my country music. So you're the first one, and I want to thank you for that. And also, I'm thanking Michael Richard at the same time for introducing me to you.
Right.
And also, you're right. I discovered amazing independent artists on your show. Wes Ryan, for example. He's now, buddy. We hang out on TikTok. We text each other. We met on your show. Mike Carellis. Same thing with Mike. Tracy Kennedy. I didn't know these these artists before your show. So now what I do, and honest to God, I mean, I'm not making this up for the show. I listen to your show, and when I like a song, I go on Spotify and I include their song on my playlist, and then I listen to it and I encourage them, and sometimes I even post articles on their music on my Facebook page to promote their music, because as Wes told me one day, I think he wrote me, he says, that's how we roll. I mean, we have to be strong. We're stronger together. So we have to encourage ourselves, and that's what I'm trying to do. So it's not only my music. I love to hear about the other independent artists on your show, and then I learn new stuff every show, and I hear new music every show, and it inspires me to do more, because I listen to a riff or some lyrics, and I say, oh damn, this is the way I wanted to do, or I wanted to tell the story that way. So I guess it's also encouraging for us to in our journey. And there's so much talent out there. You're absolutely right. I had no idea. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying all of that, because I see all of that going on, and I love it. And I've said that before. There's so many collaborations, and Michael's trying to get Wes Ryan and Tracy Kennedy to do a duet together, and that probably will happen. We'll see on that. But I can't even take the credit for that. It is Michael Richard and a lot of these other folks that send me this music that make this happen. I just have an ear for good music, and I know what needs to be on the radio, and I know in 30 seconds. And you talk about my wife. She comes into the TikToks all the time. If I do need another set of ears, she's my go-to. I go to her and say, hey, what do you think about this song? Ooh, I like that. I'm like, okay, let's put it on the radio. So
I want to say hi to Brenda, your wife, right?
Yeah.
She's listening to the show. Yeah, so she's great. We see her from time to time on TikTok.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always good to see her.
My daughter started that little deal. She goes, because I view that as television when they can see you, and I'm doing lives now on YouTube and Facebook and all of that. I'm a radio guy. To me, that was TV, and I didn't really want to put my face out there at first, but I'm sure glad I broke over that barrier. And that's something that you guys have to do too. You got to get over those fears, and usually it's in your own head that you got to break past that, to be able to put yourself out there. And speaking of putting yourself out there, we're going to get your social media too, and we're going to help get you some likes and follows and all of that. So hopefully we're going to blow it up for you tonight. All right. We're going to play your first song, This Town, and then we're going to come back and talk about another one. Wheels Keep on Rolling. His name is Terrence Hart on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I remember sometime many years ago, when the roads were quiet everywhere I'd go, when the fields stretched wide far as I could see, when the children were playing so peacefully. Seems like the sun's got a little brighter, feels like the water's got a bit more colder, seems like the time passes way more faster, feels like I ain't getting any younger. This town keeps growing on me, I'm like where I wanna be. This town's like no other place, it puts a smile on the face. This town's like sweet love song, got my heart beating strong. Now the streets are filled, voices in the air, neon lights are shining, music everywhere. Still the old oak stands where it used to be, a reminder of all that it means to me. This town keeps growing on me. I'm right where I want to be. This town's like no other place. It puts a smile on my face. This town's like sweet love song. It got my heart beating strong. When my time has come, I'll be on my way. I still hear the laughter of the songs we'd play. There's a magic here nothing can replace. In my heart, this town always have a place. Seems like the sun's got a little brighter. Feels like the water's got a bit more colder. Seems like the time passes way more faster. Feels like I ain't getting any younger. This town keeps growing on me. I'm right where I want to be. This town's like no other place. It puts a smile on my face. This town's like sweet love song. You got my heart beating strong. This town. This town.
His name is Terrence Hart. It is H-A-R-T if you want to look him up right now, but we'll get his social media for you here in just a second. Fantastic song and one of my favorites of yours all time. It is called This Town. Great stuff.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you for making it. Wheels Keep On Rolling, and then the third song is called Snow in July. Tell us about these two.
Wheels Keep On Rolling is your classic, road song. You're in the car, it's a sunny day, you're feeling good, and you have that song in your ear, and you're just, going your way. It tells the story of a trucker or a musician constantly on the move, drifting from town to town. I'll tell you a bit more about that, the reason why I wrote it. It's basically, the story of my neighbor. He's a long haul truck driver. Okay. And he goes on. He's always on the road, and I'm always on the road too. I'm a sales representative for a company, a manufacturing company in Quebec. So that's what pays the bills, obviously.
Yep.
Not music. So I always wondered, what does he do when he goes on the road? What does he think? How does he feel? He leaves his family behind on these, huge trips, and what was it like? And I started to fantasize about, the story. So I'm telling the story of his, his journey and what he's experiencing, and basically. The most important thing is not the miles that you're doing or the weight you're carrying to that trip. It's about the people and the connections that you have left at home. So he's thinking about his trip and coming back home and to his family, and he's homesick and he wants to stay grounded to what matters. It's the people he loves. And it's also my story, because every time I go on the road, somewhere, selling stuff or on a trade show, I leave my family behind, and I miss them after a week, and I want to come back home, and that's it. I mean, it's your traditional, homesick, story, basically.
I've wondered about that too. I could never be an over-the-road truck driver. Now, my brother does it. He's out of Michigan, and he goes all across the 48 states here in the United States. And then I just recently took on another lady. Her name is Marie Norris. We're going to do an interview here pretty soon as well. She's a truck truck driver and a country music artist, so she's got some great trucking songs. And then my good friend, and I call her my mom, my station mom here at the station, Lula Bradbury, lives in Indianapolis, Indiana, or close to Indianapolis, and she's 87 years old, and her husband were truck drivers when he was alive, and that's what they did. She went over the road with him. So there's a lot of good truck driving songs, a lot of great country music because of it. This gentleman named Bill Mack, you may know of him. You know, he did those special truck driving radio shows back in the day. So that is awesome, man. That's a good song.
Yeah, well, I like it too. I think it's the when I put it in the car, I like the vibe because it's just it's your traditional. I guess Tracy Kennedy told me that the other day when she said, "Well, you're my." She writes me and she said, "You're my." How did she put it? She said, "You're my Spotify playlist." Meaning that she was listening to my stuff in her car, and she said, "Yeah, I like Wheels Keep on Rolling. It's a driving song." And I said, "Yeah, you're damn right, it is."
Yeah.
And that's it. I mean, it is what it is.
I love it. Well, we're into August, but we also have a song called "Snow in July." I wouldn't mind some of that. Tell us about this one.
Well, you know what? It's not a joke, but they got snow up here in July up north Canada.
Oh, I bet you do.
The territories. We did actually. So, but snow in July. It's basically a how can I say that? It's a metaphor. It's a song about struggling, addiction, redemption, true love. I'm a little scared about gambling. Okay, I know that if I was gambling, I would lose money. Okay, I love gambling, but I also have that problem with gambling. So I don't touch it anymore. I don't gamble money or anything. But I wanted to write a song because for me, every time I had money, when I was younger, now it doesn't happen now because I control myself. But when I was a teenager, and every time I had money, it would go. Wow. And I didn't have money to pay rent, didn't have money to eat. And, it was really bad. I was really bad when I was a teenager. I guess I was, came up from, a difficult family. And, I left home very early. I think I was 16 years old. I left home. Yeah. And I went on my own, and I started my own thing. But I struggle with money all the time. So for me, snow in July, it's like, money is melting like snow in July. It melts so fast.
Yeah, it does.
It's the same as if you'd have snow in July. It would melt really quick because it's hot outside. So to me, it's like a metaphor, and it's about living from paycheck to paycheck and stuff. So it's a story for a lot of people can relate to, because I'm obviously not the only one who struggled with that with gambling and money and all that stuff. So that's just, in a nutshell, that's the story behind it. It's
such a neat story.
At the same time,
I love it. Now, I was going to tell you, I blame you guys for all the cold fronts. I call them Canadian cold fronts when we get cold fronts down here in the United States. But now, since you were born in North Africa, did you ever see snow growing up there? Does it snow in Africa like that?
Well, there's snow in Africa on the Atlas Mount, but you have to go really, really, up north. But it's like a mountain, and there's snow there, and after that, it's the desert. But when we immigrated to Canada in the 70s, first time of my life, I set foot, in snow, and I saw, snowflakes, and it was so cold. Mm-hmm. And we weren't dressed, we weren't prepared. We didn't, nobody told us you have to be dressed that way and wear, that boots and, the snow hat and all that stuff. So we came in like we were, visiting, and here comes winter, and we're just like regular folks, and we have no coats, we have nothing. So we had to go and buy all that stuff. Wow. Because we had no idea how it was. And we left, North Africa, because there was a revolution back then. So we kind of left in a hurry. You know, to avoid the you know, the not the civil war, but to avoid, you know, that tension.
Yeah.
And then we came to Canada totally unprepared. And yeah, so snow was like, I never saw snow before in my life. And now, you know, I'm used to it. But I got to tell you, man, it's sometimes, you know, we have enough. You know, even if we live up here, you know, like, okay, that's enough. We don't want it anymore.
Yeah. The older you get, the harder it is to take, too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
That is awesome. I just wondered about that, man. Those are some good stories. Thank you for doing this today. I appreciate it. And it has been such a pleasure. Let's do it again in a few months if you want to come back and talk about something that, you know, you got coming out new or whatever. And, you know, it won't be too long. Christmas will be upon us. And I was telling you, it's snowing still over on my website on the Christmas channels I kept you around over there. So we got that going on as well.
Well, I mean, I certainly appreciate it. I just want to say that I'm working on the second album right now. I probably have 10 songs finished. I don't want to release it just yet because I don't want to, you know, do any shadow to the one that is currently playing. But yeah, I'm working on new stuff coming up. So as soon as I'm ready, I will send, you know, them your way so you can have a review and tell me what you think.
Okay.
And you know, we'll see what happens.
That sounds great.
You know, in closing, Tim, I want to thank you for the interview and for allowing me to present myself to your audience. And I also want to thank your listeners for tuning in and for supporting indie country music. For sure, I will never forget this moment.
Well, you are welcome. I knew you were a great guy from the moment we met and we got your music, and now the rest of the world knows it. So that is awesome. Terrence Hart is who he is. I've been looking at your website. Tell us where folks can find you on social media, too.
Well, I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. Obviously, there's my website, TerrenceHartmusic.com. Find me on my music on all the major streaming platforms. So there you go.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and this has been a blast. I was looking forward to this one for a long, long time. I'm glad to have you on the program, and don't be a stranger. Keep coming into the shows, and I'll keep playing your music. That is for sure.
All right, will do. Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome. Wheels Keep On Rolling by Terrence Hart and Snow in July, kicking off the next hour of the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Worn out boot and a weathered hat, truck stop dinners and a midnight chat, moonlight shining on this lonesome road, running on fumes, pulling a heavy load. One more night, no name town, counting the days till I turn around. Wheels keep rolling beyond the hill, gotta move on, ain't gonna be still. Ain't about the road or the weight you're hauling, ain't about the money or the miles we're clocking, ain't about the ghosts or the dreams you're chasing, it's all about the faces of the ones you're loving. Faded maps and dusty trails, rolling hills and rusted rails, radio humming a lonesome tune, thinking of home, I'll see you soon. One more mile, just pushing through. Same old story, ain't nothing new. Wind keeps calling through the pines. My heart's set on the finish line. Ain't about the road or the weight you're hauling, ain't about the money or the miles we're clocking, ain't about the ghosts or the dreams you're chasing, it's all about the faces of the ones you're loving. One more night, no name town, counting the days till I turn around. Wheels keep rolling beyond the hill, gotta move on, ain't gonna be still. Ain't about the road or the weight you're hauling, ain't about the money or the miles you're clocking, ain't about the ghosts or the dreams you're chasing, it's all about the faces of the ones you're loving.
wheels keep on rolling. Wheels keep on rolling. Wheels keep on rolling.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Paychecks gone by Saturday night. Played my hand, but I lost the fight. Whiskey's warm and the dealer's cold. Left me broke, had nothing to hold. Swore this time I would break the spell. Lucky's laughing and tolls the bell. Another round, another bluff. Chasing dreams, that ain't enough. Money melts like snow in July. Gone too fast, matter how I try. Burns like the sun, slips through my hands. Leaves me here stranded in loser land. Your love's so true, won't ever lie, won't ever nail like snow in July. I know you're home, waiting on me. Your love is strong, so pure and free. Wasting time, drifting away, betting it on losing play. Cards don't care, they can't embrace. They leave me cold in empty space. You're the queen, I saw it all along. The only hand that keeps me strong. Money melts like snow in July. Gone too fast, matter how I try. Burns like the sun, slips through my hand. Leaves me here stranded in loser land. Your love's so true, won't ever lie, won't ever melt like snow in July. I'm walking home, leaving this game, no more regret. I call your name, no matter the odds, I'm on my way. With you in my heart, I'll be okay. Money melts like snow in July. Gone too fast, matter how I try. Burns like the sun, slips through my hands. Leaves me here stranded in loser land. Your love's so true, won't ever lie, won't ever melt like snow in July. Your love stays true, won't ever lie, won't ever melt like snow in July. Like snow in July.
How about that triple play and that great radio interview, ladies and gentlemen? Terrence Hart, H-A-R-T, Terrence Hart Music on social media. Go give him a like and a follow. Tell him you heard him right here on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday. What a great gentleman he is and a great artist as well. We don't want to make his head too big, but we are loving it, man, and they are blowing it up on social media tonight for you, my friend. Great job on that, and it was a pleasure to talk to you on the radio tonight. Thanks for doing the interview, and we look forward to more more of those 10 songs that he's working on and another great radio interview in the very near future as well. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Tim Kelly Show, live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And I am also live on my website at KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. Scroll down just a little bit. You'll see me live on YouTube at KICR Indie Country Radio, and that YouTube player is also embedded into the website as well. I'm also live on TikTok, where Terrence is hanging out with us tonight at Tim Kelly on Air, and we're having a good time chatting with him, and everybody's loving the music so far, and we've got more of that on the way in hours number 2 and 3. I've got another great radio interview at the bottom half of this hour. My good friend Michael Schott from North Carolina is going to join us on the program. You're going to love his music and his brand new song, Dusty Jones. We'll talk about that one and how that came about here in just a little bit. This next gentleman from Texas is in our chat room right now over here at TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air. He's got some great music, of course, but a brand new single out to radio that really people are getting to love, and it's getting lots of radio airplay. I played it on mainstream radio. That's going to air Saturday night as well on the HossFM.com. You got to check that one out. It is called Seems Like from Wes Ryan on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
Seems like I lean in and you turn your head away. Seems like you're here in the night but gone by day. Seems like you've been chasing something I can't see, and I'm just standing here wondering why it isn't me. Seems like we're coming apart at the seams, like there's something lying in between. Every kiss we steal feels less like a dream and more like goodbye, though you haven't said it to me. Yeah, it's breaking my heart, and I'm taking it hard. Seems like we keep smiling for the sake of the crowd. Seems like we turn the TV up to drown the sound. Seems like we're side by side but miles away, and I keep wondering if there's anything left to say. Seems like we're coming apart at the seams, like there's something lying in between. Every kiss we steal feels less like a dream and more like goodbye, though you haven't said it to me. Yeah, it's breaking my heart, and I'm taking it hard. We built this love like a worn out jean, faded and frayed where the goods been seen. But now the threads come loose, the fabric's thin, and I don't know if we can sew it back again. Seems like we're coming apart at the seams, like there's something lying in between. Every kiss we steal feels less like a dream and more like goodbye, though you haven't said it to me. Yeah, it's breaking my heart, and I'm taking it hard. Oh, we're coming apart at the seams. Seems like coming apart at the seams. Seems like
Song number 2.
I burned through the bridges I swore I'd never cross. Drank down the hurt, rolled dice with a cost. Sunday mornings were just for sleeping in. I chased down the dark like it was my closest friend. Bar stools knew my name, the devil knew my pride. I kept running from the truth with nowhere left to hide. And just when I thought I was too far gone, I hit my knees and found where I belong. He was standing there at the bottom of my fall, with nails scarred hands and arms open wide. Didn't ask for nothing, just gave me life. Grace poured down like a summer rain, washed my sins and took my shame. Oh, how sweet it is to know I'm free. All I had to do was hit my knees. The fall that should have been the end for me became the fall that saved my life. I still got scars, but they don't define the man I am now, walking in the light. Ain't perfect, the Lord knows I'm still rough, but I'm proof that mercy's more than enough. I wear the cross on a chain of steel to remind me daily that he's real. He gave his son to pay my price. What kind of love lays down that kind of life? He was standing there at the bottom of my fall, with nails scarred hands and arms open wide. Didn't ask for nothing, just gave me life. Grace poured down like a summer rain, washed my sins and took my shame. Oh, how sweet it is to know I'm free. All I had to do was hit my knees. The fall that should have been the end for me became the fall that saved my life. Now I thank God for the lowest low. It brought me back to the one I'd known. I thought I was lost, but I was coming home. 'Cause he was standing there at the bottom of my fall, with nails scarred hands and arms open wide. Didn't ask for nothing, just gave me life. Grace poured down like a summer rain, washed my sins and took my shame. Oh, how sweet it is to know I'm free. All I had to do was hit my knees. The fall that should have been the end for me became the fall that saved my life. Yeah, he turned that fall into flight. The fall that saved my life.
How about the music on this radio program tonight? His name is Wes Ryan from the great state of Texas. He is great. The Fall That Saved My Life. And before that, his brand new single out to radio called Seems Like. The next song, he is donating 100% of the proceeds to the flood victims in Kerrville, Texas. And it is a great song, and it's got a great video to it. And it has made a lot of impact in country radio and around the country and around the world. Heaven's Got a River from Wes Ryan on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
It was 1:30 in the morning on the Guadalupe. The river's rising fast while young hearts sleep. Camp Mystic was all abuzz with young hearts and innocent dreams, till the water came in and drowned out their screams. Parents unaware never heard their child cry. They were praying goodnight, never dreaming goodbye. Now crosses stand where laughter once rang in the river, quietly whispers their names. We don't get to choose when the thunder breaks, but Lord, wrap them in light for heaven's sake. Heaven's got a river now running wide and wild, carrying the songs of every child who never got to see the sun rise again, but they're dancing in heaven where the pain all ends. May the angels hold in them, give us peace somehow. Heaven's got a river now. Teddy bears float where the canoes used to glide, and the campfire's cold, but we still see their light. The chapel bell tolls like a mother's soft cry for the stars taken early from our wide Texas sky. We stand in the silence with hands held tight, leaning on grace through the darkest of nights. And though we're broken, we still believe they're safe in arms we'll one day grieve. Heaven's got a river now running wide and wild, carrying the songs of every child who never got to see the sun rise again, but they're dancing in heaven where the pain all ends. May the angels hold in them, give us peace somehow. Heaven's got a river now. So we light a candle overcome by pain, speak their name softly through the ache that remains, and send up our sorrow on wings and a prayer to the ones we'll miss who are no longer here. Heaven's got a river now running pure and free, with laughter echoing through the cedar trees. Though we'll never make sense of the why or how, we trust they're in a better place right now. May the angels hold in them, give us peace somehow. Heaven's got a river now, down in Kerr County, where the waters are quiet now. We whisper through tears, heaven's got a river now.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
Country lives right here. Country is what we do.
Today's country. More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing New Country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Red tail lights in the front porch light as he rolled down my long driveway. There's a letter on the seat that says, baby, this is me. I've gotta find a place in LA. He said, I hate to go and I want you to know, but I don't think he wants me to know that. He said, when I'm a big rock star, I might come back with a $50,000 heart. You can go so far if you but he just might have me figured out, and I'm not so right. I hate to admit it, but I just might have to take him up on that offer tonight. When I'm a big rock star, I might come back with a $50,000 heart. You can go so far if you just act like a $50,000 heart. You don't want me, you don't want me, you don't want me to know that you want me, you want me, you want me. When I'm a big rock star, I might come back with a $50,000 heart. Then I said, go, 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 cause I don't think he wants me to know. When I'm a big rock star, I might come back with a $50,000 heart. You can go so far if you just act like a $50,000 heart. You don't want me, you don't want me, you don't want me to know that you want me, you want me, you want me. When I'm a big rock star, I might come back with a $50,000 heart. With a $50,000.
Number 2.
These hometown boys just like me too much, and I've had enough. They say that they like my outfit, or they like my smile, or they like my touch.
I think I like you, but maybe I don't. If I do, I won't admit it.
And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for. I know how your hometown boys can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be the truth. And I can't tell you. These hometown girls just like me too much, and I've had enough.
She says that she likes my truck, or she likes my hair, or she likes my touch.
I think I like you, but maybe I don't. If I do, I won't admit it. And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for. I know how you hometown boys can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be the truth. And I can't tell you. Oh, you're a bad, bad girl. Oh, you're a bad, bad boy. And I know how you hometown people are.
And I say no, no, no. You say please, please, please. I'm just not so sure. You say I might just be the one you're looking for.
I know how your hometown people can be. And it's not that you're not just a little bit cute, but if I said I liked you, it might just be the truth. And I can't tell you.
Her name is Trisha Marie. That is her brother doing the duet with her. I love that song. It is called Hometown People. That's for all you hometown people here in Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And we're sending out to all the hometown people around the world as well. She is a fantastic artist, and she's hanging out with us right now over here at TikTok at Tim Kelly on Air. So if you want to log into TikTok and come into my chat room and at Tim Kelly on Air is where you can find it. You can meet Trisha Marie in person right now through the radio airwaves. That is pretty cool how this is bringing everybody together. I love it. $50,000 Heart before that. Another great song from Trisha Marie. And we've got a third here in just a second. After the next song, my next interview with young Michael Schott from North Carolina is going to take place. Cowgirl Impulses, the third song for Trisha Marie on The Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
I'm in my crazy, feeling kind of reckless. Lately, the thought of changing it is never once crossed my mind. And if you ask me why, it's probably 'cause of my cowgirl impulses. Scream and do it, don't think twice. Cowgirl impulses have you acting out of line. I'm so damn stubborn, it's a southern way. Cowgirl impulses, cowgirl impulses. I'm in my crazy when I'm at the bar. You can probably bet on the fact that I'm buying rounds. I got the house all on me. You can't blame it on my cowgirl impulses. Scream and do it, don't think twice. Cowgirl impulses have you acting out of line. I'm so damn stubborn, it's a southern way. Cowgirl impulses, cowgirl impulses. Cowgirl impulses, scream and do it, don't think twice. Cowgirl impulses have you acting out of line. I'm so damn stubborn, it's the southern way. Cowgirl impulses, cowgirl impulses. Cowgirl impulses, scream and do it, don't think twice. Cowgirl impulses have you acting out of line. I'm so damn stubborn, it's the southern way. Cowgirl impulses, cowgirl impulses.
You're listening to The Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com. It is Triple Play Thursday, and that means every artist on the program gets 3 songs in a row played tonight. The next 3 we're going to play, you get to hear the stories behind them from my good friend Michael Schott from North Carolina. How are you, my friend?
Tim, I'm doing great today. Thank you so much for having me on the show. How are you?
You're welcome. I'm good. It's good to have you back on the program. We had you back on in last April, and your grandpa was getting ready to pick you up at the bus stop, and we were I was already playing one of your songs, and you were helping us promote the interview. And I don't know, the first time I checked that interview, it had got 1,000 views. So thank you guys for doing that.
Oh, man, well, thank you for having me, to interview you in the beginning, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. You found me in an email you sent to me a while back of your music, and then a little bit later on, a gentleman by the name of J.W. Jackson came along, and he's right here in Ozark, and him and his wife Trish are great, and we've had dinner with him a couple of times, and I just interviewed him as well. It played what would be last night on Wednesday night, so how about that?
Man, that's awesome. JW is a great guy. I reach out to him a lot. You know, we talk with him a lot, and last we spoke with him, we were talking about you. So, man, he's a great guy, and it's just so much fun to talk to. Yeah.
Yep, that is awesome, and we love hanging out with those folks, and so we love hanging out with you on the radio. I tell you, every time I play your music, you just come up with something new and better every time. You got a brand new single we're going to play called Dusty Jones, and it is fantastic.
Man, yeah, I love that song for a couple reasons. That was one of the first songs that I ever wrote. I actually still have the first draft of it in my first ever song notebook.
Wow.
I'm 14 now, but I wrote that when I was 10 years old. And then we got to record this with Nashville's A-list musicians and two guys, Jimmy Ritchie and Tom Yankton on producer.
Yep.
And man, it was so much fun to just be able to work with them and experience what that is like. It was so cool.
Yeah, and they're top notch. I mean, Tom Yankton worked with Rascal Flatts. Jimmy Ritchie works with Clay Walker, Mark Chestnut, Jake Owen. Clay Walker's been here to Branson many, many times. Mark Chestnut was the first concert I ever saw. Basically, he was the second one. I saw Tracy Lawrence was the first one. Mark Chestnut was the second one I ever went to. When I got my love for country music back in the 90s, boy, they made that good 90s country.
There you go. That's the kind I like.
little bit before you came along, but you got a $50 guitar from your grandpa at 10 years old, and that started it all for you. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it's a story I like to tell. Thank you for bringing it up, because I love talking about it. It's the story of the Hillsville Pumpkin Festival. So we were up in Southwest Virginia in the mountains for a little vacation, and all day I had been talking about I wanted to go to the local Hillsville Pumpkin Festival, and man, it was some big thing around there. So my grandparents finally got in the car, and they took me down there. It's about an hour drive, but it was probably worth it in my little mind at the time.
Yep.
And by the time we got there, they launched the last pumpkin. You could see it over the hills. They were launching the last pumpkin. They were closing up tents, and I was just down, So my grandpa brought me to a local fiddle shop, and he told the guy there, hey, could you fit him a little guitar? And so that was the beginning of it. I got a little $50 guitar from my grandpa and a little notebook to write songs in, because I had been showing some musical interest. This was around 9 years old.
Yeah.
And, man, it was just so much fun in the beginning to really learn my instrument and learn how to sing and write songs. And I eventually found my love for performing in front of people, too.
That is awesome. And you've got an old soul for a young man. You love this traditional style country music, and you guys make it, and it is fantastic. And that's exactly what radio needs right now.
Yep, and, looking at it, too, and it's not, the reason we're doing it, it just so happens to be, we think that 90s country, that traditional country sound, is really on a comeback right now. That's just that's what radio likes, is, Zach Top, Jake Worthington, you look at a lot of those guys, and just, you see all the success that they're having. I think it's on a comeback, and I feel like I'm doing the right thing with all this traditional country music, bringing back real country. I think that's the right thing to do, and it feels like it.
Boy, I believe it, and I've met Jake Worthington twice. I was one of the first radio personalities to put him on the radio as an independent. Now look at him, and he's played twice over here at Springfield, Missouri, and we've got to go meet him, and he was a contestant on season number 6 of NBC's The Voice. He was on Team Blake, and that kind of kicked off his career for country music. But I'll tell you what, you have already this year had a great start. You've opened for Sawyer Brown, for Parmalee, Switchfoot, Chris Cagle. You're doing some good stuff too, brother.
Yeah, man, it's just, like I said before, my love for performing in front of people, man, I don't care if I get paid or not. I just love it so much. And I think one of the biggest performances, what am I thinking? The biggest performance that we had this year was opening for Parmalee and Switchfoot, like you just said, on July 4th on the Camp Lejeune.
Oh,
man, it was Yeah, man, it was a lot of fun, and about 20,000 people there. Man, it was a big crowd. It was a big, big crowd, and I got to play that song, My Heroes, that I had as my debut release, and man, it was just so much fun.
That is awesome. My grandson's birthday is on July 4th, and we were over at J.W. Jackson's shortly before that. We went into his studio and had dinner with him and Trish over at his house, and his home studio is pretty cool. And my grandson got a guitar and a cowboy hat, and he was sitting in JW's chair and playing a little guitar there and, you know, just messing around. And I'll have to send you those pictures. It was pretty cool.
That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm good to see all those, you know, younger artists starting out. It's so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a few years behind you, but I'll tell you what, you know, when young people like that love music, and there's so many things technology-wise now that you could be doing to just, you know, waste time playing video games and all this other stuff, you're doing music, and that is amazing, you know, and there's a lot of good music programs in schools now, and I'm sure you're probably into some of those as well.
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny you brought that up because this upcoming year I'll be going homeschooled. My mom's gonna be my teacher.
Yeah,
my dad's
nice.
a PE teacher, so you know he's gonna whip me up in shape a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Gonna make you run track, right?
Yeah, you go. I asked him what the course is gonna look like, and he said running followed by running with a outro of running. So.
Okay. Well, the tracks that you make in music are fantastic, and we'll talk about where folks can stream all of those here in a little bit. But this first song we're going to play, called Dusty Jones, one of the first songs you wrote, I did not know that. You know, usually I think that's, you know, one of the first ones we play on the radio, but that's not always the case. But I saw that you guys are trying to even build a brand around this song too. That's pretty cool.
Yep, that is called the Dusty Jones Apparel Company. It is a apparel brand that sheds light on those who travel for their line of work. So whether it is a truck driver, traveling musician, just like the song Dusty Jones, you know what it was I saw a lot of people, once we released that song, a lot of people found Dusty Jones in their own way. Some thought he was a truck driver, a van lifer, or even a military service member. But it was just so cool to really form that brand of the Dusty Jones Apparel Company, because I felt a lot of people could relate to it, and I really think it's going to be successful, and we're just going to take a run at it. I think it's going to be really cool.
That is awesome. Now, writing that song, how did you come up with that name, Dusty Jones, and build a song around that? Because I know a Dusty back in the day with George Strait, when he played in Pure Country, that was his name in that movie. I was just wondered if it had any kind of relation to that or anything.
Man, I'm not sure how I just remembered this, but I'm going to tell you it. I was, back in the day, I was pretty big into writing comics and stuff like that. So I think I made up a character named Dusty Jones, and then I wrote a song based off Dusty Jones. I think that is how I did it. I do believe that's how I wrote it down. That
is awesome. And I tell you what, I like comics. Every time we get to Sunday paper when I was growing up, they're right there on the few back pages, and to check those out. And that is awesome. Man, what a cool story. That's neat.
Yeah, it was just so cool to see the song, especially to see it come together in the studio. Man, that was something special, really.
Speaking of in the studio, let's give a big shout out to the recording studio you use and those top-notch musicians we talked about and people that are producing you. But what recording studio?
Yeah, so it is Reel, R-E-E-L, as in fishing reel, recordings in Nashville. A little town right outside of Nashville. But we're getting ready to start a new project with Tom Yankton on producer at Covered Bridge Studios right in the heart of Nashville.
Okay.
And man, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of cool session musicians, and can't wait for that.
Awesome. Well, we're having a lot of fun catching up with you tonight. We're going to play Dusty Jones, and then we're going to come back and talk some more to Michael Schott. He is a young man, and his next song is called Young Man Six String. So you'll hear the story behind that when we continue on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday edition with Dusty Jones from Michael Schott on KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Cowboy born and raised in Tennessee, one that everybody really loved to see. He hardly ever got home to his family. He was a traveling man with pedals at his feet. Dusty Jones, classic tale of life out on the road, and it never gets old. He had an old dobro he always used to play, running town to town, jamming state to state. And he never was a big shot and never had it made, but his passion for the music still remained. Dusty Jones, Dusty Jones, the classic tale of life out on the road, and it never gets old. Dusty Jones. There was no funeral on the day that Dusty died. There was no people standing around to look and cry. He spent his life away like dust in the wind. Oh yeah.
Imagine what it's like in the recording studio, and you got those guys around you with their talent and what they do to mix and master you. But when they hear you start singing and all of that, you probably freak them out a little bit too, with your age and your talent and everything.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, man. It was just, I was 13 at the time. That was this past January. And, man, it was just kind of a surprise for them a little bit, if anything, you know?
Yeah.
And it was really cool to get to meet all those guys, you know, those guys that have so many years on you, yet you feel like you're best buddies with them, you know?
Right. And another cool thing that you do that I wanted to talk about is you're up there in North Carolina. You go to this barber shop. It's called Lloyd's Barber Shop. And they got all these old banjos hanging on the wall, and you guys sit there and pick and play and write songs in that barbershop from time to time. I just think that's really a neat deal.
Man, it's cool. Every time we make it up to Virginia, we like to stop in there with Jim Lloyd is the barber in there.
Jim Lloyd.
Man, he's one heck of a clawhammer banjo player, world-class clawhammer banjo player.
Wow.
And I'm not sure I've ever said that before, but he's that's what he is. So.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. That's good stuff. And it reminded me of Floyd's Barbershop in Mayberry, North Carolina. You know, with the Andy Griffith Show, when they used to go in there, and Andy and Barney would get haircuts and everything, and they had a good time hanging out in those places, and we love that. You know, that show. I mean, it's classic, and that's what you're doing. You're keeping classic and traditional country music alive.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's the best thing to be doing right now in country music. I think people are tired of, you know, the trap beats and quote unquote country music, you know. So
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing to be doing.
Yep. Well, when a young man gets a six string for $50 when he was 10 years old, he writes a song about it. Tell us about Young Man Six String.
Yeah, so it was actually about 3 years after I got that little guitar. I was kind of making a name for myself in North Carolina, and I still am, obviously, but just kind of getting my name out there, and a lot of people started asking me. They said, you know, Mikey, you play a lot of Waylon and Willie and, you know, a lot of that old country, but you weren't raised around it. It feels a little fake, is what they said. They said it didn't feel authentic. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to write a song about this. I don't care what anybody says. I do play old country, no matter my age, and that is because I'm a young man's six string with an old man's soul.
Wow, I love that. You got a story to tell them, boy. You can come back with them, that's for sure. That's awesome. And yeah, that love for country music, you know, it resonates deep with a lot of folks, old and young. You know, they know these songs that you're playing when you do your live shows, and you cover those kind of folks that you're talking about, and they can resonate with them, and that's why they listen to country music. And your rendition of them, I guarantee you, is top notch. You just have that talent, and so keep doing your thing, man. I'm glad that you're here again.
Man, I'm obviously glad to be on the show again. It's so much, you know, it's so much fun being on this show here in KSCR. I love it so much, and I love what you're doing for independent country artists like myself. And man, I appreciate all you're doing.
You're welcome. And you got a gig tonight, but with this gig, with one push of the button, we're going to put you on 11 other radio stations around the country and around the world, and they're going to get to experience who Michael Schott is too, and they're going to love it.
Oh man, thank you so much. That's a big opportunity. I appreciate you, Tim.
You're welcome. The third song that's going to top off the or kick off the top of the next hour is called "Sing Me Home." You can definitely do that, but tell us about this song. I love this one too.
Yeah, this was written by two guys in Nashville, Tony Mullins and Blair Daly. They are Grammy Award-winning songwriters, and they are some of the best guys you'll ever meet. And they are some great people. And a guy named Tom Yankton, who is my producer, he's a former member of Rascal Flatts, and he's open for everybody under the sun, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But great guy, really talented guy. He's also my producer. And he pitched me the song, and originally it had more of like almost like a hip-hop feel to it, be honest with you. But I feel like I wanted to record it because it had a very contemporary feel to it, and I think that's a good thing for radio. And it turned out it was a good thing for radio because we got a lot of radio play on that one. I mean, across the world, just got a lot of radio play, and it did really good for me.
Well, we were talking off of the air about TikTok and all this other social media that's out there. Every time I play that song right there, you get lots of instant feedback, great feedback on it. They're like, that young man is only 13, 14 years old. Are you kidding me? And I'm like, no, he's the real deal. So, yeah, it definitely gets, you know, and that's what I love about doing the shows live like we do, you know, is getting that instant feedback on great songs. And you've got a big following out there, and I appreciate having you on the program and taking the time and have a good gig, all right?
Oh, man, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Tim. I appreciate you so much
You're
for having
welcome.
me.
You know, and I know this for a fact. You've got that family support behind you, and your dad and your grandpa, they've obviously moved you into a homeschool situation coming up this year that's going to, you know, help you be able to further that if you want to do something career-wise in country music, and obviously you do. You're already doing it. So that is awesome to see, and I guarantee you that means so much to you.
Man, it absolutely does. I think family is, you know, besides God, of course, for me, I think family is the most important thing in life, and I think, you know, in life, family is the most important thing that you can have. You can, you know, have bad friends, you can have bad experiences, but you can't have bad family. Family is something that, for most people who are lucky like myself, will give you good support, and I'm very thankful for my family for supporting my music career and all that they do for me.
That is awesome, man. Your fan base, and I call it a radio family here at the station, you know, they come in here, they hang out for the whole 3 hours in these shows, and I love that, you know. So it's artists supporting other artists too. You know, we're seeing a lot of that. We've got a bunch of artists in here that are you know, doing these spotlight deals on their social media for guys like you. So be looking for that. And hey, you recently got written up in the Blog Cabin too, our blog, and they did a feature article on our website as well. Our good friend Dave Lannon did that for you.
Yeah, man, that was so much fun to see my name on a blog, man. That was the first time, and that was super cool, and I'm super thankful to David.
Well, you got a great story to tell. It needs to be heard on the radio and then seen in print, and folks get to, you know, really know who you are when they see your pictures and different videos that it leads you to and everything like that. So we were glad to do that for you. Man, I was glad to do this. Thank you for your time. Thank your grandpa and your dad for lending you to us for a little bit. Have a great show tonight. And where can folks find Michael Schott on social media if they want to check more of your music out?
Yeah, Tim, thank you so much for having me. Hope the Triple Play Thursday goes really well.
Yes, sir.
You can find you can find me everywhere at Michael Schott Music. That's SCHOTT. We're on Facebook, Instagram, whatever else there is.
Okay.
You can find me on all stream platforms at Michael Schott, same name. And, that's where you can find me. And I appreciate if you can go listen to my music and vote for me later in the year at the CCMAs for Entertainer of the Year.
There you go. Just Google Michael Schott and SCHOTT again, and his website will pop right up. He's got a press kit in there. He's got his show schedule. He's got a merch store, and you'll be able to see some of that Dusty Jones merch probably coming up real soon as well. So give it a shot, all right? Thank you for having me, or giving your time to us tonight on the program. We appreciate it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Thank you for having me. Hope you have a great day. God bless you.
You bet. It was great having you on. Michael Schott with Young Man Sixth String on the Tim Kelly Show's Triple Play Thursday on KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Somebody was asking me the other day, what kind of music do I like to play? I mentioned Waylon and Willie, and he looked so surprised. He said, what you talking about, sonny, you're just a child. And I said, well, every night and every day, I got them good old songs I could sing and play. But they don't expect honky-tonk from a little guy. So I'll prove it to them I can do it just fine. Well, they say I'm too young, I ain't old enough to be singing these songs about living so rough. But I'll share my passion, singing stories they've told, playing a young man's sixth string with an old man's soul. Well, I sing about fools in smoky bars, riding the highway in an old fast car. These songs are a passion for me and my band, 'cause I've lived a lifetime with a guitar in my hand. Well, they say I'm too young, I ain't old enough to be singing these songs about living so rough. But I share my passion, singing stories they've told, playing a young man's sixth string with an old man's soul. They say I'm too young, I ain't old enough to be singing these songs about living so rough. But I share my passion, singing stories they've told, playing a young man's sixth string with an old man's soul. I said, a young man's sixth string with an old man's soul. That's it.
Another hour of the best in new country starts now on Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
I just sing me home. I can almost smell my mama's southern cooking, cast iron skillets on the fire. Hear those Sunday church bells ringing, hallelujah sings the choir. just sing me home. I just sing me home. I can see that boat dock on the river where she kissed me that first time. It still burns inside me like an ember when I hear that old steel guitar whine. Sometimes I get that lonesome feeling. I ain't got the time and it's too far to drive. When I need a dose of down-home healing, all I have to do is close my eyes and I sing me home. I just sing, yeah, sing me home. Sometimes I get that lonesome feeling, and I ain't got the time, and it's too far to drive. When I need a dose of down-home healing, all I have to do is close my eyes. I get a little closer with every line. It's where I come from, it's a state of mind. I just sing me home. I just yeah, sing me home.
His name is Michael Schott. He is only 14 years old, ladies and gentlemen, and he can sing you home. That's for sure. He sung us right into hour number 3 of this program. Thank you, Michael, for doing another great radio interview tonight with me. Michael Schott is SCHOTT Music. Go follow him on social media, and I'll tell you what, if you're in the North Carolina area, go see him in a live show. He is a performer, I'll tell you what, and I love talking to him. Our second radio interview wrapped up tonight, and I appreciate you for being on the program, my friend, and have a great weekend, will you? And tell your dad and your grandpa and all your family we said hello from the Tim Kelly Show. Thanks for the program tonight. Welcome to hour number 3 of the Tim Kelly Show on KICR, IndieCountryRadio.com, live from Branson, Missouri, the live show capital of the world. And we've got another 60 minutes of this live show to go, and more great triple plays are on the way. We're going to kick it off with a gentleman who I just found on TikTok a week or so ago. I've spun him this week, and his music is fantastic. He's making his radio debut right now on the Triple Play Thursday show. His name is Heath Clark. This is called Outside Looking In. Heath Clark music on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best on Triple Play Thursday.
From the outside, whiskey and women look so exciting, inviting you to come on in. Dancing, laughing, raising glasses sure look like living, but it's just an illusion wrapped in neon blue, my friend. But on the inside, it ain't all that pretty. Hey, don't believe me, they're not as happy as they pretend. Yeah, I've been there, so thank you, but no thank you. It's so much better on the outside looking in. song, siren song. On the outside, the truth is so much clearer. And if I had stayed there, I'd never done a good woman wrong. But on the inside, it ain't all that pretty. Hey, don't believe me, they're not as happy as they pretend. Yeah, I've been there, so thank you, but no thank you. It's so much better on the outside looking in. Yeah, I've been there, so thank you, but no thank you. It's so much better on the outside looking in.
Song number 2.
I found the coffee grounds when I poured my cup of coffee. I had to wait after another sleepless night. It's getting hard to move parts of my body. And the jeans I wear don't fit me near as tight. I found my last slice of thick turkey bologna in between two pieces of still Wonder bread. Out here it's just me and this old pony, sleeping in a sack stretched out in my truck bed. But not a dollar left to spend. I spent 3 months since the wind. I blew out my arm again last week in Reno. Just under half the tank. I got a letter from the bank, and the coffee that I drank was no bueno. I walked into the pawn shop with no money. I had my last gold buckle in my hand. Now you can't eat gold when you're hungry, and I need my entry fees for Cheyenne. But not a dollar left to spend. I spent 3 months since the wind. I blew out my arm again last week in Reno. Just under half the tank. I got a letter from the bank, and the coffee that I drank was no bueno. But not a dollar left to spend. I spent 3 months since the wind. I blew out my arm again last week in Reno. Just under half the tank. I got a letter from the bank, and the coffee that I drank was no bueno. Yeah, the coffee that I drank was no bueno.
My brother says that all the time. No bueno. Now there's a song about it. Heath Clark, he's awesome, isn't he? Heath Clark Music is where you can find him all over social media. That is called No Bueno, and before that, another great tune called Outside Looking In. I've been looking in on TikTok and found Heath Clark Music. He was doing something on TikTok the other day, and I checked him out, and we ended up connecting, and we've got his music now, and we're going to be connecting for a great radio interview as well. I'm connecting with a lot of folks tonight, and this is fun, man. If you are on TikTok and you do that sort of thing, come over at Tim Kelly on Air, say hello, get to see the face for radio, and I'm also live on YouTube at the same time, KICR Indie Country Radio. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you'll get notified if you hit that bell the next time I go live, which will be next Thursday night, 1 week from tonight as well. That Ain't My Rodeo, the third song in the triple play for Heath Clark on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Another day passing the same fields, rubber wearing off of these four wheels. Sorry, babe, but I hear Wyoming calling. That picture of you right here. Sorry, I gotta disappear. I've been chasing this dream as long as I've been walking. God, I wish I could settle down right there with you, but I'll always hear that crowd coming through. Girl, I know you're wanting me to stay. Hang my hat there, never ride away. Park my truck outside and call your house my home. But I ain't the stay there kind of guy. I got too much blacktop left to drive. Gotta see how far this road I'm on will go. Cowboy, that ain't my rodeo. Maybe someday I'll turn this phone around, kiss your lips in the dark when the sun goes down, kick our feet up on the porch underneath the sky. God, I wish I could settle down right there with you. Hear that crowd coming through. Hey, it's coming through. Girl, I know you're wanting me to stay. Hang my hat there, never ride away. Park my truck outside and call your house my home. But I ain't the stay there kind of guy. I've got too much blacktop left to drive. Gotta see how far this road I'm on will go. Girl, I may be your cowboy, that ain't my rodeo. Hey, we both know I'll never change. The road won't never stop calling my name. To stay. Hang my hat there, never ride away. Park my truck outside and call your house my home. But I ain't the stay there kind of guy. I got too much blacktop left to drive. Gotta see how far this road I'm on will go. Yeah.
Great country tunes on the radio.
Get it? Today's country.
I love absolutely every single song they play. This station is dangerously good.
This is today's country.
I like the music.
I like the DJs. There's even more to like.
I like everything about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More of today's new country now.
I love the music.
You're listening to KICR Indie Country Radio, syndicated worldwide, playing new country's best.
Now this is my kind of country. New country. New country. New country.
Broken glass and ashes on the floor. I think we both know what we're headed for. I drink your kiss and underneath this moon, just one more sip and that will light the fuse. Boom, boom, boom. Let's take another shot. Get a little crazy. Let's burn this bedroom down. Oh, 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 baby. I get a little buzz. You'll get a little high. Baby, you and I are matches and moonshine. Boy, the way you light that cigarette hits me like this whiskey on my breath. There's no way that we can both resist. So let me taste that fire on your lips. Oh, oh, oh. Let's take another shot. Get a little crazy. Let's burn this bedroom down. Oh, 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 baby. I get a little buzz. You'll get a little high. Baby, you and I are matches and moonshine. Boy, you're like a drug to me, the sweet addiction that I need, the fire in my heart that sets me free. Oh, baby, let's take another shot. Get a little crazy. Let's burn this bedroom down. Oh, 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 baby, I get a little buzz. You get a little high. Baby, you and I matches and moon. Let's take another shot. Get a little crazy. Let's burn this bedroom down. Oh, 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 baby, I get a little buzz. You get a little high. Baby, you and I are matches and moonshine. Broken glass and ashes on the floor.
Song number 2.
You're ashamed, I can tell. In the picture they just put out on the news, you look sad, and your hair fell. No one's seen you in 6 days and 7 moons. Oh, Annie, can you hear me calling your led to these tears in my eyes. Oh, Annie, can you hear me calling your name? Annie, can you tell me where you've gone? Oh, Annie, will you come back to us one day? I'll pray the spirits lead you home, where the spirits lead you home. If you're somewhere breathing, please just take the next breath. If you're running, go Godspeed, just take the next step. Oh, Annie, can you hear me calling your name? Annie, can you tell me where you've gone? Oh, Annie, will you come back to us one day? I'll pray the spirits lead you home, the spirits lead you home.
Her name is Lori Cole. That song is called Annie, and before that, another great tune called Matches and Moonshine. Lori is L-O-R-I. Cole is K-O-L-E. Lori Cole Music is where you can find her on social media. She's a great country music artist from Arizona. How about that? And she's going to be a special guest on the Tim Kelly Show coming up real soon. Check out my full live interview schedule at the bottom of the homepage of my website, KICR-IndieCountryRadio.com. I got some good-looking interviews, and that schedule changes almost daily, so it's hard to keep up with it for me. I can guarantee you, if you don't look at it once in a while, it's going to be hard to keep up with as well. But I'm booking interviews into December already, and we'll be playing Christmas music the day after Thanksgiving. That's not too far away, ladies and gentlemen. We were just talking about football and Thanksgiving as well. The third song for the triple play for Lori Cole is called Rains on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, New Country's Best.
Daddy had a horse named Midnight. To me, he was 10 feet tall. He'd take 'em all day on the cattle drive. We could hear him coming home. He said, I'll put you in the saddle if you want me to, but there's one thing you can't do. Never let go, no, never let go of the reins. Find a way to hold on no matter what comes your way. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but I know your heart, and you've got what it takes to never let go, no, never let go of the reins. He said, my girl, you're becoming a woman now. You'll be headed out before you know. If you think midnight was a crazy ride, just wait until you hit the world. Stay up in the saddle like I taught you to, and when life's bucking you, never let go, no, never let go of the reins. Find a way to hold on no matter what comes your way. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but I know your heart, and you've got what it takes to never let go,
about the rodeo you're jumping in. 'Cause I still love the way Daddy taught me to live. Never let go, no, never let go of the reins. Find a way to hold on no matter what comes your way. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but I know your heart, and you've got what it takes to never let go, no, never let go of the reins. Never let go, no, never let go of the reins.
Party till we drop.
It's always a party.
Just partying it up.
Your country party is here all summer.
It's summertime.
Crank up the AC, because things are heating up.
No, seriously, turn up the AC or the shirt's coming off. You don't want to see this dad bod.
Turning up the summer country right now.
Every single summer I wonder if you think about me.
Your summertime station is Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
Well, my back hurts and I'm late for work. My truck don't wanna crank. Between inflation and rent, my paycheck spent before it even hits the bank. Yeah, they come on TV and they try to tell me the economy is doing great. But Uncle Sam and that newsman will lie right to your face. Cause the tax, my pay, they tax everything, Lord, they tax and me to death. The more I make, the more they take, and the deeper I go in debt. Scratching and clawing and trying to get by, and the politicians just don't care. The American dream these days, it seems, has turned into a nightmare. Well, I'm working 3 jobs, trying to get by, but I can't seem to get ahead. As it stands, my retirement plan is working on till I'm dead. Yeah, the harder I try to win at life, the more I get nowhere. And it seems to me there's no in between. You're either broke or you're a millionaire. And I ain't no millionaire. Cause the tax, my pay, the tax everything, Lord, the tax and me to death. The more I make, the more they take, and the deeper I go in debt. Scratching and clawing and trying to get by, and the politicians just don't care. The American dream these days, it seems, has turned into a nightmare. Don't get me wrong when you hear this song. It ain't about politics. 'Cause I don't care about left or right. I just want a little more of my paycheck. A house on a hill, a couple of kids, a dog and a loving wife, a front porch swing, just living the dream, working out a 9 to 5. No, it ain't perfect in the USA, but it's the best place I've found. Keeping my head above water and trying not to drown. Cause the tax, I'll pay the tax, everything, Lord, the tax and me to death. The more I make, the more they take, and the deeper I go survive, but at least I'm living free. The American dream these days, it seems, is still the American dream. The American dream. Woo!
Song number 2.
Can't go back and listen to your mama when she told you not to smoke those cigarettes. And you can't undo the damage you did when you left home, ran away, headed way out west. And you can't take back the hurt you saw in your girlfriend's eyes when you left her out there crying in the rain. You can't take back the angry words said to your best friend. Can't apologize, and now he's gone away. What if you could go back to those days? Wonder if you would make the same mistakes. Would you realize how fast time goes? Do things like you should. What if you could? If you could. Would you take that trip to Vegas and blow your whole paycheck? Gamble with your life, that drunken driving wreck? Or miss your kids growing up, 'cause you were always at work? You can't go back and take away all the pain and hurt, but what if you could go back to those days? I wonder if you would make the same mistakes. Would you realize how fast time goes? Do things like you should. What if you could? Past. There's some things that you'd like to change, but no way to go back. What if you could go back and change your ways? Do you think it would all turn out the same? Or would you be a better man and do things like you should? What if you could? What if you could? What if you could go back to those days? I wonder if it would all turn out the same. Would you realize how fast time goes? Do things like you should. What if you could? What if you could? What if you could?
McDuffie. That is a great tune called What If I Could, and before that, American Dream. That was the first song I heard from John McDuffie, and I was waiting for the third one to drop so we could get him on Triple Play Thursday. He is making his radio debut tonight on the Triple Play Thursday show with the Tim Kelly Show, and it's good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. John McDuffie, go check him out. Give him a like and a follow all over social media and tell him Tim Kelly sent you, and he will soon be a special guest on this program as well. We'll get to hear the stories behind these three songs that we're playing tonight. The third one in the Triple Play for John McDuffie is called Lights of Nashville on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR Indie Country Radio, playing new country's best on Triple Play Thursday.
Every night when I lay down to sleep, my mind is north on 65. Up the interstate to Tennessee, looking for the Nashville sign. When somewhere in the distance a spotlight hits the stage, and a crowd starts to roar, and a band begins to play. The lights Nashville keep haunting me. In my dreams each night they shine on me. So I cross the stage and start to sing. I feel the heat on my face, and I believe it is my destiny. And even though it might be just a dream, you know that's where I'm gonna be. The lights in Nashville keep haunting me. Grab some beer on my way home from work. Help me get to sleep at night. Play my guitar until my fingers hurt. Drift off sometime before daylight. Then somewhere in the distance I see a spotlight hit the stage, and the crowd starts to roar, and a band begins to play. The lights of Nashville keep haunting me. In my dreams each night they shine on me. So I cross the stage and start to sing. I feel the heat on my face, and I believe it is my destiny. And if it takes all that's left of me, you know that's where I'm gonna be. The lights of Nashville keep haunting me. Oh, yeah. Those lights are like a ghost burning in my mind, always there but just out of my reach, shining on all I've missed and all I hope to find. When I wake up and they're shining on me, and I believe it is my destiny, even though it might be just a dream. You know that's where I'm gonna be. The lights in Nashville keep haunting me.
You're listening to Triple Play Thursday on KICR Indie Country Radio.
Big sun dropping, campfire popping, sand sticking to our skin. Guitars playing, you and me swaying, hoping that it never ends. Toe to toe, nose to nose, I can see myself in your sunglasses as the best day of my whole life passes. One lucky girl with a big old silly grin. These days it may be out of fashion, and I hope you don't mind me asking, can I see myself in your sunglasses again? So sorry, sweetheart, off to a bad start, tripping over you on the beach. And just like a dang fool,
I fell down beside you. You were there laughing at me. You said hi, nearly died. I can see myself in your sunglasses as the first day of my whole life passes. One lucky girl with a big old silly grin. These days it may be out of fashion, and I hope you don't mind me asking, can I see myself in your sunglasses again? Tomorrow's forecast is more hot weather, but it'd be even better if we spend it together. I can see myself in your sunglasses as the best day of my whole life passes. One lucky girl with a big old silly grin. Ooh, yeah. These days it may be out of fashion, and I hope you don't mind me asking, can I see myself in your sunglasses again? Sunglasses again. Oh yeah, I wanna see myself
is my good friend from north of the border in Canada. Her name is Tracy, Traci, Tracy Kennedy. That is called How Many Hearts? Well, I can tell you how many. 172,000 tonight so far on TikTok Live at Tim Kelly On Air. And I thank you guys for doing that. And tapping that screen gives you those hearts and tells people they like the show. And I'm sure glad you like it. Man, that makes me feel good. The music's pretty good too, isn't it? Absolutely. 3 songs in a row all so long on Triple Play Thursday. In Your Sunglasses before that from Tracy Kennedy. And the third one in the Triple Play is one we talked about in a recent radio interview. She lost her daughter, and it was a terrible tragedy when your daughter and you lose a child that passes away. But she wrote a song about it, and it took her years to write the song, and I'm sure glad she did. Tracy Kennedy, the third one in the Triple Play, is called You Never Said Goodbye for her daughter Kaylee on the Tim Kelly Show from KICR, Indie Country Radio, New Country's best.
I'm sitting here, tears streaming down, and memories of you spinning round and round. There's a hole in my heart where you used to be, and every night I pray it was just a bad dream. The world keeps turning, but I'm standing still, trying to make sense of how I feel. I wanna scream out your name, let the tears fall like rain. I wanna climb the stairs to heaven and bring you home again. I wanna drop to my knees and beg God, please help me understand the reasons why you never said goodbye. I should have seen all of the signs that you were going through some troubled times, but you left in the dark. Your wings took flight, leaving me here to face my biggest fight. Mama always told me life ain't fair, but this pain I feel I just can't bear. I wanna scream out your name, let the tears fall like rain. I wanna climb the stairs to heaven and bring you home
Once again, her name is Tracy Kennedy, and a very touching song there in tribute to her daughter, Kaylee, You Never Said Goodbye. My name is Tim Kelly. That's going to do it for this week's edition of Triple Play Thursday on the Tim Kelly Show. I sure had a great time tonight. I want to thank my special guests, Terrence Hart and Michael Schott, for joining me on the program, and for you guys joining me as well. All the love and the gifts and the hearts on the screen over here on TikTok, and we got love on YouTube, and we got a bunch on Facebook as well. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I will not be doing a show tomorrow night on New Music Friday. I will be at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, watching my Kansas City Chiefs in a preseason game against the Chicago Bears. So go Chiefs. But I will see you on the radio next Thursday and Friday night, both times at 7 p.m. Central Time. The Tim Kelly Show is produced by Tim Kelly Productions. Like the Tim Kelly Show on Facebook, and we will like you right back. Until next time, I will see you on the radio. Bye-bye, everybody.
I can put you in a cornfield in downtown Manhattan. Close your eyes and reel that old zip code. I can put you on a riverbank while you're fighting traffic. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. Turn me on. Take him back to high school, gym floor, and a slow dance. First love, first kiss, second base down that old dirt road. When it's freezing cold, I can sink your toes in warm white sand. I'm a song, I'll see you on the radio. Turn me on and turn it up. I can make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of your life. So turn me on. Oh. I'll see you on the radio. I'm young, I'm old, I'm country, I'm rock and roll. So turn me on and turn it up. Let me make you smile, make you cry, turn back the pages of